Today we are going to do test 6 in listening, and we'll do unit 5 in speaking. And as usual, we start with listening. So we will go straight to test 6 for listening. Go to page 37. Just a minute, I'm going to share screen with you right now. Okay, let's go to page.
I got my first 9
37.
out of 9 in an Ielts test. I got my first 9 out of 9 in an Ielts test. Finally.
Thank you very much. Okay, that's perfect. That's incredible, in fact. Let's go page 37, guys. That's test 6, and we'll do section 3. As you know, for sections 1 and 2, these are homework. I'll send the audio for you, and you can do them as homework. But we start together with section 3. Are you there on the page? Okay. Can someone give us an idea about what is this exercise about? Can someone explain for me what we need to do here?
Yeah. This just wants us to fill in no more than 2 words, 1 word or and a number, or basically it just wants to, no 2 words is the maximum. You could either add a number, but
for the instructions, it's say no more than 2 words. We need or a number. Take care of or a number. You can also write numbers.
Yeah, you could either write 2 words, 1, or you could write a number.
But still, what is the information about?
It's about days. I'm guessing it's types of. It's a class about history with lectures. So this is a college. This is a college history class, from what I'm guessing.
Okay, if we look at the table here, you find 2 people, Tim and Jane. So this is a conversation between 2 people, Tim and Jane, and they are going to discuss something related to their study schedule, day of arrival, subject, number of books to read, and day of first lecture. What's the day of first lecture for Tim and Jane, and so on. So again, this is a kind of a conversation between Tim and Jane talking about something related to their study. That will be the first part of section 3. Then there will be like a pause, and the speaker will move on to the second part. But let's do the first part here first. Ready?
City studies. Now turn to section 3. Section 3. You will hear 2 new students, Jane and Tim, talking about their university studies. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 25. Now listen carefully to the discussion and answer questions 21 to 25.
Hi, Tim.
Jane.
How are you?
Fine.
I've been wondering when I'd run into you. Have you been here long?
I arrived yesterday, on Sunday. How about you?
I got here a few days ago, on Saturday. No, wait a minute. What's today? Sorry, Friday, not Saturday.
But we didn't have to be here till today.
Yes, I know. But I wanted to get my things moved into my room and just take a look around. So, did you decide to do English in the end?
No, I changed my mind and opted for history instead.
Oh.
And you're doing biology, if I remember correctly.
Yes, although to start with, I couldn't decide between that and geography.
How much reading have you got? I was given an amazingly long list of books to read. See?
It does look pretty long.
Well, I counted 57. I could hardly believe it. What's your list like?
Well, it's not as long as yours, but it's still pretty big. There are 43. I don't know how I'm going to get through them all.
Well, you don't have to read them all this week. You just have to stay ahead of the lectures and seminars. Have you got your class schedule yet?
Yep, it came with a reading list. When's your first lecture?
Tuesday. How about you?
The day after. It's my busiest day. I've got 2 lectures in the morning and 1 in the afternoon.
Okay. Day of arrival for Jane.
Friday, yes. At first, there was like a kind of distractor. The speaker said Saturday, but then she corrected herself saying, oh, but wait. She said something like, but wait, and she corrected herself saying Friday. So take care of these distractors and listen to the end. What about subjects? For history.
Math and geographic.
Math and geography. In fact, that was not correct. Okay, the answer was on the tongue of Tim himself. Tim said he's going to study history, and he told Jane that she would study biology. Jane said yes, although she was like confused between geography and something else. She said I couldn't decide between geography and something else, but anyway, she agreed with Tim when he asked her that she was going to study biology. She said yes. So for her, biology. Okay, number of books to read. That was an easy one to get. That was very easy.
But I didn't hear first.
It was 57 for M and
43.
43. Yes. The most difficult one was 22. Was question 22. That was the most difficult one.
I thought I heard 57 and was about to answer, but was afraid of being wrong.
No problem. It's okay. Their first lecture Tuesday for Jane. For Tim. And what about Jane?
Wednesday. Because she said
the day
after 12.
Yeah, she said the day after. The day after means Wednesday. And take care when you come to write something like Wednesday and Friday, the first letter must be capitalized. Otherwise, write all the word in capital letters. You can still write your answers in capital letters, all the words, that's okay. If you would like to capitalize all letters, that's acceptable in Ielts. If you would like to write in the normal way you write small letters, take care to capitalize the first letter of proper nouns like Friday and Wednesday. Okay? Yeah. Let's move on to the second part here. Write no more than 3 words. Write no more than 3 words for each answer. This is the instructions. And what's Jane's study strategy in lectures? What is Tim's study strategy for reading? Take care here when it comes to that second question. What's Tim's study strategy for what?
For reading.
For reading. So take care. Maybe he talks or speaks about different strategies for different activities, but the question here is related to reading. What is the subject of Tim's first lecture? What is the title of Tim's first essay? And what is the subject of Jane's first essay? Let's listen.
Before the discussion continues, you have some time to look at questions 26 to 30.
Can you raise the voice of the...
Now listen carefully and answer questions 26 to 30.
It's going to be different from school, isn't it?
Yeah, particularly the lectures. Have you got any special strategy for listening to lectures?
Well, I'm going to use a cassette recorder and record them all.
What? Are you allowed to?
Sure, lots of people do it nowadays. It means you can listen to the lectures all over again later and make really good notes.
I couldn't do that. I like to take notes as I'm listening. I usually find I get all the important points. Reading is different, of course. My approach is to skim the book first to see what's important and what isn't. It saves hours of time.
But what if you miss something?
You don't mean you're going to read every word, do you?
Well, that's what I usually do.
Well, that's up to you, but I think you're crazy.
Oh. What's your first lecture on, anyway?
Oh, it's a lecture on the French Revolution.
The French Revolution? How boring.
Oh, it's not boring at all. It was an amazing period of history. It changed everything in Europe. So what's your first lecture about?
It's about animal behaviour. It sounds really interesting.
Look, I was on my way to the library. I'm going to get some of these books out and start reading for the first essay I've got to write.
And what have you got to write about?
No, you'll never believe it. I think our professor must have a sense of humour. He's given us the title, Why Study History?
That's a good one. When you find the answer, let me know.
I'm going to enjoy writing it. Have you been given any writing assignments yet?
Yes, I've got to write about animal language.
Sounds a challenge. I suppose you'll be off to the zoo to do field research.
That
Okay, for what's the James study strategy lectures? It's going to do what? Recording sessions, yes. What about what's the strategy of Tim for reading?
Skimming.
At first, he mentioned taking notes. About taking notes, he do it when for listening. He does it for listening. At first, he spoke about taking notes, but he does that when it comes to listening. But when it comes to reading, he spoke about skimming. Skimming. What's the subject of Tim's first lecture?
The French Revolution?
Yes, that was French Revolution.
Since you need 3 words.
No more than 3 words. No more than 3 words.
Why
Not
study
necessarily-
history? I think.
History?
Why study history?
Why
Why
study
study?
For 29. For 29, yes, why study history? For what about 30?
Animal language.
Animal language, yes. Animal
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yes, good job. Okay, so now let's move to section 4. As you know, for section 4, you listen to all the lecture just in one block in one go. There is no pauses in the questions here. You have to do all the 10 questions on one go at one block. I mean here. But we have a problem in the book itself that the book is missing the second part. The second part of the question is missing in your book. So I'm going to share it in a screen and you can do it on the screen. Okay? The second part, I'm going to show it in the screen here and you can do it.
Okay. I did not print the book in the first place.
For 31, write no more than 2 words in each group. Here, you can read no more than 2 words. Let's have a look at the first part of the table here. What is it about? What is this table about? Can someone explain for me?
It's about a fitness it's about a bunch of courses.
Yes, that's a variety of courses here, a collection of courses, physical fitness, sports administrator, sports psychologist. So there are almost like 6 courses here. We need to find the duration and level of each, and entry requirements for each.
They're all about physical activity.
Okay, for the second part, you need to find the main role of these people. Let me show it here for you. Just a minute. I'm going to show all the exercise for you on screen right now. Okay, can you see it?
Sure.
We need to find the main role for the physical fitness instructors, the sports administrators, the sports psychologist, physical education trainer, and recreation offices. What are the main role you choose? Is it the coaching of teams, the support of elite athletes, guidance of ordinary individuals, the community health, the treatment of injuries, arranging matches and venues, the rounded development of children? Okay? To leave for you? Okay, I'm going to play the audio, and you are going to do the first part in your book, and the second part will be here on the screen.
No.
It is the end of section 3. You will now have half a minute to check your answers. Now turn to section 4. Section 4. You will hear a lecture being given to school leavers on the jobs people can get in sport and the training programs available to prepare for those jobs. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40. Now listen carefully to the lecture and answer questions 31 to 40.
Welcome to Further Education Information Week. This is the Physical Education Faculty session, and I'm the head of the faculty. During the course of this morning, we hope to give you a clear idea of what we offer in our training programs, and we will look at the types of courses and the entry requirements, if any, for those courses. Some of these courses are open to school leavers, but for some, you need previous qualifications or relevant successful employment. So, firstly, the Physical Fitness Instructors course is offered as a 6-month certificate course, which includes an important component of personal fitness, but there are no specific entry requirements. For sports administrators, we provide a 4-month certificate course, but you should be aware that this is designed for those who are in employment. This employment must be current and related to sports administration. For the sports psychologist course, we offer a 1-year diploma course, but this diploma course is available only to those who already hold a degree in psychology. So you need to make sure you have that before you apply to do this course. Now, for physical education teachers, we offer a 4-year degree in education. This degree course is designed for preparing students to teach in primary and secondary schools and needs no prior qualifications, as it is entered directly by school leavers. And lastly, for the recreation officers course, we offer a 6-month certificate. Entry to this course normally includes applicants of a wide range of ages and experiences, but we do not insist on any prerequisites for this course. Remember that this is a vocational training institute. We train you so that you can take up a particular kind of job. So it is important that you know the main roles of the jobs, what the work is like, and what kind of qualities you need to succeed at them. A physical fitness instructor works in health and fitness centres, preparing individual programs for ordinary members of the public. Physical fitness instructors prepare routines of exercises to suit the individual client's age and level of fitness. Sports administrators run clubs and sporting associations. Their duties include such things as booking playing fields with local councils and organising the schedule of games or events for the club. So they need good organisational skills. Sports psychologists spend time with professional athletes, helping them approach competition with a positive mental attitude to enable them to achieve their personal best. They do this by improving motivation and concentration, or assisting with stress management. Physical education, or PE teachers, instruct young students in how to exercise, play sport, and do other recreational activities correctly and safely. PE teachers help the development of coordination, balance, posture, and flexibility, with things like simple catching and throwing skills. They are not expected to be experts in all sports, but must be able to show students the basic techniques involved in a wide range of activities. Recreation officers often find themselves working for local government authorities and local groups. Their aim is to raise people's awareness of healthy lifestyles and improve general fitness through arranging recreational activities for groups of all ages, from the very young to the elderly. There are many other job opportunities which our graduates can look forward to. If you're interested in any of these, then
Okay.
That is the end of section 4. You will now have half.
Let's check your answers. 431. What's the duration of that course?
4 months.
4 months certificate. That's like
Yes.
4 months. Okay, how to write 4 months certificate? How can I write that? And 4 months certificate, is it 3 words or 2 words?
No, it's 2. Because we're gonna connect the 2, the 4 and month by putting an in hyphen.
Okay, when you come to write something like 4 months, you must use that hyphen. You must use that hyphen. And when you use the hyphen, this hyphen, it's counted 1 word. 4 months here is counted 1 word. So it's was 4 months certificate. In Ielts,
Because
they count hyphenated words as 1 word. So write it like that, 4 months certificate.
than 4 months with an S.
Excuse me?
Because it's different from 4 months with an S.
Yes, it is. For 32, again, for 4 months, do not write S. Do not write 4 months with plural S. To just write. This is an adjective for months. Here is an adjective. And adjectives in English is not counted. An adjective in English always in singular form. That was for 31. For 32, what about the requirements for that course?
Related?
Related in sports, what? Employed in sports. Was employed in sports administration. What about 33?
1 year.
1 year. How to write 1 year? One
Just normally.
hyphen
1 year.
Year was 1 year diploma. But a 1 year diploma, yes. What about 34? What about the requirements for 34? Who could get that?
I don't know, but I put it as
No requirements needed. No requirements needed.
None. But none was already written.
No problem. No problem. Still, no, you can repeat it. No problem. For 35.
6 months.
It was
6 months.
6 months. Certificate. Yes. Yes. It was 6 months certificate. Okay. For the main role of the physical fitness instructor, which letter was that?
I think it was the one for to have employment in a related.
It was the guidance over individuals. The guidance over general individuals. Letter C. Letter C. What about sports administrator?
Arranging matches and venues.
Arranging matches and venues. Correct. Letter F.
Yeah.
What about sports psychologist?
Support of light athletes.
B. Letter B.
The support of professional athletes or elite athletes. Professional and elite are the same because in the conversation he mentioned the professionals working with professionals. Professionals, that's the same meaning like elite athletes, so that fits letter B. What about physical education trainer?
I think the rounded development of children.
Yes, correct. The rounded development of children, which is letter G. And what about the last one?
I think it's D.
A.
Recreation office.
Community.
I think the
community health.
The community health. It's related to the health of people and society and the club. So it's related to community health, which is letter D.
How to grow healthy. Yes.
That's letter D. Okay, that's the end of our first part of this session, which is related to listening. As usual, I'm going to send you the recording or the audio of this conversation lecture and accompanied with the tape script, and you can check that again at home. And do not forget to do sections 1 and section 2 as homework. Okay?
Okay.
So let's move on to the second part, speaking. I believe we last time we stopped at exercise 4. Okay. I'm going to start with you with exercise 7 here. Decide which questions in exercise 5 could be answered beginning with the phrases below. Okay, let's get back to exercise 5 to see the questions there. Questions are often divided into 2 open. Okay. Does a young worker nowadays need to be more qualified than in the past? Suppose that you have a question like that in the Ielts, and you got asked this question. Does a young worker nowadays need to be more qualified than in the past? Is it okay? Is it satisfactory to answer this question saying simply like yes or no?
No, we need to clarify why.
Yes, you need to elaborate your answer and draw on, giving more details and justifying your answer. Do not give short answers at all. This is just like, like a trigger for you to speak and to give prolonged speech.
Like a discussion question.
Or do not stop just saying yes or no. You need to elaborate your answer. Does young worker nowadays need to be more qualified than in the past? That's a question we're going to discuss right now. The second question are young people more or less interested in finding a career than in the past? Again, are young people more or less interested in finding a career than in the past? What qualities do young people face in the changing world we live in? What difficulties do young people face in the changing world we live in? Let's consider this question C. Is it a specific or a general question for C? Question C, is it specific or
it's specific for young people.
It's talking about, okay, which section of speaking Ielts do you expect to find such a question? Is that section 1, section 2, or section 3 for speaking?
I think it's generally in number 3.
Yes, that's section 3. When it comes to section 3, you talk in general. So you can find such a question in section 3 because you are talking about young people in general, not talking about yourself. This is what really happens in section 3 in Ielts. Section 3 is generally you talk in abstract words or you describe something generally. Do you generally find the job interviews difficult? And how do you think the work environment will be changed for future generations of young people? That's enough. Let's consider these questions. You are going to discuss them, but using, when you come to share your answer, I recommend you use the expressions here and 7 and 8. What happens in 7 or what happens in 8? And 7, they give you like expressions that you use. There are many problems, but perhaps the greatest challenge is what I mean here. You are going to consider that in a question of exercise 5, then when you come to prepare your answer, try to use any of the expressions here in exercise 7 and 8. Try to include any of the expressions in exercise 7 and 8 into your answers. There are many problems, but perhaps the greatest challenge is the most likely development is that by far the best way to tackle the situation is space, because space, the main difference is you can also use these expressions as a result. This is because firstly, but perhaps the best solution is to another point that will stand out is this means that. Is it clear for you right now? You will choose a question here, from here, prepare your answer, but try to include expressions from exercise 8 and 7 and 8 into your answer. Take like a minute, choose whatever question you like, and I'll listen to you.
Be a reader. The history doesn't remember.
Okay, who's ready? If you are ready, raise your hand, please. If you are ready, raise your hand.
I'm the first to raise his hand.
Okay, Yusuf, go ahead. Which question are you going to answer?
I think that it's A. It's the one I'm gonna answer.
Does the young worker nowadays need to be more qualified than in the past? Okay, go ahead.
Yes, since the work ethics have shifted, now people who once barely paid for education and got hired right away, they need more, or they need higher education. They need special courses to make their resumes and portfolios stand out more. Of course, many people have have the dire need to assess that situation, but nothing changes. The work ethic remains toxic and obnoxious to an insane level, to a crazy level. Because personally, when I tried applying for jobs with a fake portfolio. I made the best of the best, but I only got a 50% acceptance rate. So the work ethic has shifted insanely far away to the point that unemployment is caused by companies rather than people being lazy.
Okay, thank you very much for that. But tell me which expressions you used from exercise 7 and 8 in your answer.
بدأت بفيرستلي وذيس كاز ودول بس اللي استخدمتهم.
Okay, then we have Shahd. Shahd.
Okay, I'm gonna ask
are you going to
A
discuss letter B?
No, I want A because I
Hey,
feel
does young worker nowadays need to be more qualified than in the past? Okay, go ahead.
Yes. Okay, so for this point, I absolutely agree with it because the job market nowadays has become far more competitive. So young workers are expected to have not only academic qualifications, but also a practical experience. So they need to work on themselves from a very young age to get this thing and to get a digital skills as well. So you need to work, and everything you take, you need to work on it. And also you need to have a strong communication abilities. So once you are very sociable and have a good communication skills and abilities, your circle is gonna be bigger, and your knowledge about things and the people you know, they might help you as well. So sorry, I forgot the word. Yeah, this means that employers are looking for candidates who can adapt quickly and solve a problem effectively. And for this position, now if there is a job, every like 100,000 people gonna apply for it, and all of them, they are gonna be qualified, but they're gonna choose the best of the best one, so they can suit this position. So the young people gonna work their best from a very young age to get all of these things and to gather a lot of information and details about the things that they gonna apply for it. Then they gonna maybe accepted.
Great job. Thank you very much for that elaborated answer. Okay, that's great. It's really perfect.
Thank you.
Okay, other people. Anissa.
Okay, I will answer question C.
C. What do young people face in the changing world we live in?
Yes, well, there are many problems, but perhaps the greatest challenge is navigating today's hyper-competitive job market to being with. Fresh graduates struggle to secure stable jobs because employers demand advanced digital skills and experience. Furthermore, the younger generation face immense psychological pressure due to economic uncertainty uncertainty, and high expectations. While life is faster now, building mental resilience and continuous learning are key to overcoming these hurdles.
Okay, good job. Okay. Yeah, the word you were trying to pronounce was uncertainty, I believe. The uncertainty of the future. Maybe that's the word that stuck with you.
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Noor. Noor, go ahead. Noor is not ready. Malik.
Okay, so I'm answering letter B.
Letter B. Are young people more or less interested in finding a career than in the past?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So I think young people are just as interested in building successful careers as previous generations. But their priorities have changed. Many of them want jobs that provide good salaries, financial security, and opportunities for career growth. At the same time, they also value work-life balance, flexibility, and doing work they enjoy instead of only looking for a stable job. Many are interested in starting their own business, freelancing, or working remotely because these careers can offer both high income and greater freedom. In this world, earning enough money to afford a house, education, and a comfortable lifestyle has become an important goal for many young people.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Let's move on now to second part here, describing jobs. Read the small job advertisement below and answer questions from A to E. I need someone to read aloud. Yusuf, can you just read aloud this advertisement?
Yeah, sure. Men and women wanted for modeling. No experience necessary. Contracts with TV and magazines. Phone.
Phone,
A
okay.
phone number. Can I read it aloud?
Second one, second advertisement.
Fill envelopes at home for 450 per 100. Phone. Of course, I'm not gonna read that again. Door to door. A kitchen salesperson wanted pay according to the result. Phone. I read that one a bit British English. Waitresses wanted night work, good pay plus tips. Phone.
Okay, we need to discuss, are these careers or jobs? Or again, are these careers or jobs? What, in your
Yes.
view, is the difference between a job and a career? Which of these jobs is suitable for a student? Which of these jobs would you be willing to do as a student? And what are the jobs that students do in your country? Take like a minute, then I need someone to share his thoughts with us. Would you like me to put you in pairs using breakout rooms? Would you like to discuss in breakout rooms?
No, that's fine.
That's fine. Let's do it collectively here, no problem. So, okay, prepare yourself, and then I choose you to share with us.
Alhamdulillah.
If you already raise your hand, please. Those who already raise your hands. The only person raising his hand is Yusuf. Okay, Yusuf, share your answers within 2 minutes, no more than that.
هو يزعلكم في حاجة طيب يعني مش تاخدوها على طول ليه؟
It's just to give a chance for every person to take part in the conversation and discussion here.
Okay. So I think that these are not careers since they're not going anywhere. These are just jobs, or in better term, just gigs. Like you're not going to do modeling for time, or you're not going to be a professional salesperson. Of course, my view is that the difference between a job and a career. A job is just something to bounce off and get a paycheck every month, while as a career is something you dedicate your life to, and you could become successful in and own a monopoly. So, for example, the career of, for example, Fulan is 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 different than the job of Fulan, because a career is more in general, while a job is specifying the true the true commenced activities that they do to achieve or earn a settlement or a paycheck. Of course, I think that a job that is suited for students is of course the modeling one. It's just a gig. A student can just go take a pose, get his paycheck already. Whilst door-to-door salesman, you get paid on the products you sell, which would not really be reliable for a student who is dedicating his life to study. Of course, as a student, I'm not willing to do any of them since I cannot even strike a pose for my own graduation pictures. So how am I supposed to strike a pose in modeling? And what are the jobs that would suit the students in my country? Basically, none, since students here have way too much pride, so you're not going to find anyone modeling like a coward, or I'm not going to say the better term because it's kind of disrespectful, so a pretend coward is the correct term.
Okay, thank you very much for that elaborated answer. As for the word fulan and fulan that you wanted to use in English, you can say person A and person B. Person A and person B. That will give the same meaning like fulan. Person is different from person, or person's A job is different from person's B job, and so on. Okay, thanks. Let's Shahd. We go to Shahd.
I'm gonna answer all the questions.
Yes, because they're all related.
Okay.
Like you can structure them like a conversation or one talk.
Yeah. Okay, so the A is, are these careers or jobs?
There's no need to repeat the questions. You just give your answers without reading aloud the questions.
Okay. So these are jobs because they are temporary or a part-time positions that people do to earn money. It's not a long-term careers, which is the definition of a career, that it's a long-term profession that involves growth, experience, and achieving personal goals. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, so the third one, and I think working as a waiter or a waitress is the most suitable job for a student because it offers, I think it offers flexible working hours, especially in the evenings or on weekends. And I'd be willing to work as a waitress because it would help me improve my communication skills. That's absolutely good. And gain work experience and earn some extra money. Yeah. In my country, actually, many students works, but not the females. More the males, they are working more than females. They work as cashiers, waiters, private tutors, yeah, also delivery drivers and call center agents. And there is also some students who work online freelancers. So also work in cafes or restaurants during weekends and holidays. Yeah.
Good job. Thank you very much. Thanks. Malik.
Okay, so I think these are mostly jobs, not careers. They are usually temporary or part-time jobs that people do to earn money. Uh, some, some can become can you hear me?
Yes, I'm following.
Okay, so however, some of them, like modeling, for example, can become a career if someone is successful and gains experience over time. And the second one, what in your view is the difference between job and career? For me, a job is work that people do to earn money, and it may only last for a short time. A career is like a long-term profession, where people develop their skills, gain experience, and work toward promotions and success. What of these jobs is suitable for a student? I think working as a waiter or a waitress is the most suitable because the hours are often flexible, making it easier to balance work and study. Students can also earn extra money for tips. And letter D, I would choose to work as a waiter because it would help me earn money while improving my communication and teamwork skills. It would also give me useful work experience for the future. And E, in my country, many students aim to become doctors, engineers, police officers, teachers, or even lawyers.
Okay, but the last question, it's not about permanent
one second.
jobs for students in your country, yeah.
So, after finishing their education, because these careers are respectful and provide good salaries and job security, but some students also may take part-time jobs or freelance work while they are studying to earn extra money and gain experience.
Okay, thanks a lot for that. Noor and Ala, who is ready of you to share your thoughts? Noor and Ala. Neither of them is ready. Okay, Anisa, ready?
Yes.
Anisa, go.
Okay. I will start. The first statement, these are jobs. The first question, sorry. These are jobs, not careers. They are short-term, specific work tasks and temporary gigs rather than long-term professional pathways with opportunities for advancement. Also, a job is typically a short-term activity undertaken primarily to earn money, requiring specific tasks without a long-term developmental trajectory. In addition, a career is a long-term professional journey involving continuous learning, skill growth, advancement, and that's it. Also, in my point of view, the waiters or waitress wanted the position, offering night work with good pay plus tips, or filling envelopes at home can be suitable for a student depending on their schedule. since they can often be done both in evening or flexibly. And in my point of view, working as waiter or waitresses is often considered more viable and safer than the other jobs. Also, it can modifying the communication skills and get to know other people who can help you in your future, on your job, in your study. And students in my country work part-time in retail, customer service, cafe, restaurant staffing, or digital freelancing, which is the popular now.
Thank you a lot for that. But take care, after we use modal verbs, we use the infinitive, the bare infinitive. So you say, I can modify, not I can modify, something like that. Because you used ing after the modal verb can, and that's incorrect grammatically. Take care to use the bare infinitive after modals. They can modify or something like that. Okay. Thank you very much. Let's move on to the next exercise. For number the jobs here, we have like 4 jobs here: bus driver, dentist, shop assistant, and bob store. And we need to number the jobs in the list below according to how well paid they are. 1 being the highest paid, 4 being the lowest paid, and according to how socially useful they are. 1 being the most useful socially, and 4 being the least useful socially. Again, which of these jobs are the highest paid and which are the least, which of them are socially the most useful, and which of them socially the least useful. Bus driver, dentist, shop assistant, and pop star. Malik. Okay, go ahead, because you raise your hand.
Okay, is that as a student or as a graduated person?
No, this is jobs in general. Forget about students. That's another exercise, another task.
Okay.
We're talking about jobs in societies right now. Which one of these jobs do you think is the highest paid?
Highest paid?
Yes.
A pop star.
Pop star.
Yeah. Then dentist. Then a bus driver. Then shop assistant.
And the least?
Shop assistant.
Shop assistant. And which one of them do you think is the most useful socially?
Dentist, maybe, because he's
dentist.
I think pop star, because everyone nowadays they are just working as a famous people. They find it the easiest thing to do.
Do you think pop star is the most useful socially?
Not useful.
I think
they are very it's like very useful. Not useful. It's like
how socially useful they are. 1 being the most useful, 4 being the least useful.
Okay, the most useful is a bus driver.
Bus driver, yeah.
Then dentist. Then a shop
why do you think bus driver is the most useful for society?
Okay, dentist, like if we have only 1 person in the city, he's gonna solve the problem. But a bus driver, there's a lot of people, so we need to like to go from here to there. So we need a bus driver. Everyone needs someone to drive him from place to other.
Okay, good job. Other thoughts, Anissa?
I think the most useful is the dentist, because he take care from people, also give them the let me say the useful treatment for them. If anyone feel ill from his teeth, he will not go to anyone except dentist, because he will give him the right treatment. And I think the least useful for people is pop star, because I don't think they give the people any basic service in their communities.
Good job. Okay, thanks. Who else, guys? Noor and Ala, we haven't heard your voices yet this session. Maybe you have. Okay, Ala is ready. Ala.
How well they were paid. The pop stars one, and then the dentist will follow up, then the bus driver, and then the shop assistant, because these are their mental arrangement, and for their social useful, it will be the shop assistant, then the bus driver, then the dentist, then the pop store.
Why do you put shop assistant as number one most useful here?
Because he communicates with too much people, so he will have the communication skills more better than the others.
If you yourself were to choose a job from this list, which one would you choose for yourself, and why?
The dentist.
The dentist. Why?
Because it's a very sociable, great sociable place. I will have the communication skills and the money enough to be a better human and not a star which would maybe educated or not. So I will prefer to be the dentist.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Noor, would you like to say something?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I didn't understand what is socially helpful.
Which of these jobs would you like to do?
No, I wanna understand what is socially useful. What does it mean?
Go ahead. Okay, no problem. Okay, share your thoughts. Okay, we are listening to you.
No, I'm asking for its meaning.
So it's socially means the society cannot dispense with something which is really important. Which of them is the most important for society? That's the meaning of social use. The most important for the society. We have 4 jobs here: bus driver, dentist, shop assistant, and pop star. Which of them do you think is the most important for the society?
I think the dentist.
Okay, why do you think the dentist is the most important? Elaborate your answer, justify your answer, in fact. Give more details.
Because the others can be replaced easily, but the dentist studies his job for a lot of times, so he can help people. But the bus driver, people can replace him by working to their jobs or whatever. Shop assistant can be replaced. People can check the costs and pay without help. And the pop star, I think he's not important. So the dentist is the most important.
Okay, thank you very much for this, and let's move on to exercise 4. Which features from the list below, that's the list: risk, excitement, social prestige, long holidays, long training, high job satisfaction, variety of job activities, high pay, good pension, social usefulness, expensive training. Which features from
اديك
this
ما
list?
سمعتش من يوسف بقالك اكتيفيتين.
Excuse me, Yusuf.
اديك ما سمعتش من يوسف بقالك اكتيفيتين. ادينا بقى الاكتيفيتي دي.
We'll see. Just follow with me and we'll see. With the list, will you associate with each job? Again, this list has some features, and we need to associate these features with these jobs: architect, nurse, company director, politician, doctor, school teacher, chef, footballer. For a doctor, for example, if we talk about a doctor, what are the features for being a doctor? If you are a doctor, would you take like long holidays? I don't think so. But
No.
for being a doctor, you need like long training. You will get good salaries, high paid. It's a high paid job. and maybe high job satisfaction. Almost all doctors are satisfied with their jobs. So
Yes.
they try to describe each, like try to associate each profession or each job of these with the features or the relevant features that can work well. It's like making sentences between these jobs and these features. At least one sentence. Try to share at least one sentence. Yusuf.
Can it have more than one?
Yeah, you can have one more. A certain job can have more. Yes, can have one more feature.
Okay.
Okay, but we'll start with Yusuf. Yusuf, go ahead. Make a sentence.
Okay, so a politician
A politician.
has a lot of social prestige.
Yes, a politician has social prestige, correct?
Has a good pension.
And
Has
has
a
good
has a high pay.
high paid jobs.
Yeah, and of course, it's a high risk, high reward situation since a politician usually works on, for example, the diplomatic image of the country. So one wrong move and you're out and probably in prison.
Good job, thanks. Anissa.
Okay, an architect requires long training and expensive training to design modern buildings with a variety of job activities with high job satisfaction or with feel.
Good job, yes,
I
excellent. That's excellent, thanks. Malik.
So,
Malik.
okay, so a nurse is a risk and social influence in usefulness and high job satisfaction and variety of job activities.
Can you say that again, please? Complete sentences.
Okay,
You are
so a nurse,
describing the job of a nurse. What do you say about the job of a nurse?
so like she is a risk, so like
Full of
sometimes
risk. The job of a nurse is full of risk.
yes,
We're full of risks here. Okay. What are that kind of risks? Like what?
like when there's like the doctor needs something like very fast, she or he has to think and get that thing before like something happens to the patient.
So she's always pushed for time, you mean?
Yes,
Okay, what else?
and also a high job satisfaction, like when she finished or he finished something that was hard, it may feel satisfying for them.
Okay, thanks. Alaa.
Yes. The company director is a risk job because he every day he has to take a risky decisions to make the company stand. But by the way, it's highly paid and it has a social prestige, so it has like two faces.
Two aspects. Finished?
Yes.
Right, okay. Anybody else would like to share something here?
Can I?
Shahid, okay.
Yes. Politicians is associated.
Politician? A
Yeah,
politician? Okay, a politician.
is associated with social prestige and high pay. It involves also a great deal of risk and public scrutiny.
Yes.
While ideally demanding a strong sense of social usefulness to serve the community effectively.
Okay, can you describe the job of a teacher, school teacher?
Okay, so the job of a teacher, how benefits from strong social usefulness along with long holidays, and it could be if the teacher is very qualified, it could be having a high salary.
But
And
with the other hand,
what?
But with the other hand,
But in the other hand, it's kind of risk because it has a very responsibility to grow very good and very strong and how to say polite students. I guess because the students spends more time in the schools than the houses, so it's kind of their responsibilities to grow them good.
do you think teachers have a kind of job satisfaction with their jobs?
Yes.
Yeah, they have. Okay, and do you enjoy good pension?
What?
Do they enjoy good pensions?
What does pension mean?
Pension is like the money you get, the monthly money you get after you retired, after you get retired, after the age of 60.
I don't think so, actually.
Yes.
Because their salary was higher than it, so I don't think they're gonna be enjoying having a low pension.
Yes. Okay. Thanks for that. Let's move on to next exercise, advantages and disadvantages. Now we're going to listen to 3 people talking about jobs and answer the questions. We will listen to 3 people talking about these jobs. Which of the 3 speakers talk about working while studying? Again, 1 or 2 of them will talk about working while studying. Is it speaker 1 or speaker 2 or speaker 3? The second one, which of them talk about their own full-time job? And the third question, which of them do not believe that working while studying is a good thing? Listen and try to decide.
Unit 5, page 43. Speaking skills. Exercise 5. Speaker 1.
There are pros and cons with taking a job while studying. On the one hand, you earn money, which is useful. On the other, the job interferes with your study, which is a disadvantage. On balance, I'd prefer not to do a job, but I have to.
Speaker 2.
I've been a nurse for 20 years. The disadvantage with nursing is that it is hard work and the pay is not great. But the great advantage is that I can choose my hours and work as many or as few as I want. So overall, I'm happy to continue working.
Speaker 3.
The plus is, of course, the wages you can earn, although students often don't earn a lot. Another advantage is the work experience, which sometimes can be very useful, meeting the right people and so on. The minus is the time you have to spend working instead of studying. Weighing everything up, I'd say only work if you have to.
Which of them talk about working while studying? 2 speakers of them talked about that.
Speaker
1
and
speaker 2.
1 and 3, in fact, the first and the third speaker.
Yes.
Number 1 hated the idea completely.
They talked about that, whether they liked or not, but they discussed that point. Which of them talk about their own full-time job?
2.
The second speaker. And which of them do not believe that working while studying is a good thing?
1.
The first and the third also. Again, the first. Anyway, the second exercise number 6 is more important than exercise number 5. We are going to listen again.
1 completely rejected it, while 3 said only work if you have to.
Okay, forget about it and let's move on to exercise 6. It's more important than exercise 5, and we are going to listen to the same audio again for exercise 6. It will be repeated. But what we need to do here is find the speaker. What words does he, for the first speaker, what words does he use to refer to advantages and disadvantages? Listen again to the first speaker and find out what words he used to refer to the advantages and disadvantages.
One
Which,
word or more?
for sure it will be 2 words. Because advantages and disadvantages, something will be like 2 words. Which 2 phrases does he use to indicate a contrast? He used something to indicate a contrast. What was that? Two phrases. How does he introduce his conclusion? When he came to conclusion, how he started the conclusion? For the second speaker, how does... Okay, let's do the first speaker first. Let's do them one by one.
Okay.
Unit 5, page 43. Speaking skills. Exercise 5. Speaker 1.
There are pros and cons with taking a job while studying. On the one hand, you earn money, which is useful. On the other, the job interferes with your study, which is a disadvantage. On balance, I'd prefer not to do a job, but I have to.
Advantages and what phrase he used to express advantages and disadvantages?
In one hand and
In
the
one
other.
hand and the other.
Pros and cons.
Which 2 phrases does he use to indicate a contrast?
I don't
On the one hand, on the other hand.
Yes, on the one hand
On hand.
And the other.
and on the other hand.
Yes. Yes.
How does he introduce his conclusion?
I don't know.
Conclusion?
How did he start his conclusion? He used on balance.
Who is whispering?
It's Malik.
Malik, I think.
Yes, he's always whispering.
Guys, be disciplined, please. Guys, be disciplined, please. Yusuf. So for the conclusion, the speaker started with unbalance. The speaker started with unbalance. Okay. So instead of using to sum up or in conclusion, we can learn synonyms like unbalance to describe or to start our conclusion. Okay. The second speaker, how does he introduce the disadvantages of her job? How does she introduce the advantages of her job? And what word does she use to present her conclusion? Listen and write.
Speaker 2.
I've been a nurse for 20 years. The disadvantage with nursing is that it is hard work and the pay is not great. But the great advantage is that I can choose my hours and work as many or as few as I want. So overall, I'm happy to continue working.
The disadvantages.
The disadvantage is that she said that disadvantage
Is that?
With a space is that.
Okay.
The disadvantage with this job is that, and so on. You give your details.
Yes.
How does
great
the advantages?
Great advantage.
This is the great advantage.
Yes.
Advantage with is that.
Is that, and so on.
Overall.
Overall, yes. So overall is like a synonym for unbalance. Let's move on to the third speaker.
Yes. Let's go.
What phrase?
Stop whispering. Stop. You're just being annoying. That's not funny.
He is enjoying that.
If you are not disciplined, I'm going to remove you from the session. And I'm serious. That's for Yusuf and Malik. What phrase does she use instead of the disadvantage? What phrase does she use instead of the disadvantage? And how does she introduce her conclusion? Listen. Right.
Speaker 3.
The plus is, of course, the wages you can earn, although students often don't earn a lot. Another advantage is the work experience, which sometimes can be very useful, meeting the right people and so on. The minus is the time you have to spend working instead of studying. Weighing everything up, I'd say only work if you have to.
What she used for advantage? The plus, yes.
Plus.
Now the minus.
The minus, yeah.
When everything, I didn't hear the rest.
Weighing everything. Yes, weighing everything up. She said weighing.
Weighing everything up.
Everything up.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so these are expressions we can use or we learn to structure our talk when we talk about something, to introduce or to give a conclusion or so on, or to express what we like and what we dislike. For exercise 7, that was part of your homework, but still we can do it here. We have a question here. Is it better to go traveling on your own or with other people? Is it better to go traveling on your own or with other people? I need you to answer. Okay, just Shah, okay, what would you like to say, Shah?
Is weighing everything up can have another meaning?
It's like on balance.
No, in another context.
In another context, like what?
I'm
It's like
asking in
considering
general.
all aspects. Weighing everything up is like considering all aspects.
Okay, so it's just in the conclusion, can be used, not nowhere else.
Yeah, for drawing a conclusion, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Or comparing between two things. To express the result of comparing between two things.
Can we use it when we compare?
When you compare between some, you talk about the first thing, then you talk about the second thing, then you came weighing everything up. It's like coming up with a conclusion or the result of this comparison.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, for again, is it better to go traveling on your own or with other people? I need you to give your answer, but structure your speech or talk the way it's structured in exercise 8. Let's have a look at exercise 8 here and see the structure of the speech or the structure of topic exercise 8. In exercise 8, you start with advantages and you talk about disadvantages and conclusion. One definite plus is that, one problem is that, for disadvantage, and weigh everything up. So again, I need you to answer the question of exercise 7 using the structure of talk in exercise 8. Clear?
Okay.
Okay. Like a minute, and if I give you a minute to be ready, then once you are ready, put up your hand and I choose someone to share.
Okay. Can we see the first exercise 7?
Exercise 7, it was, is it better to go traveling on your own or with other people? Is that better to go traveling on your own or with other people?
Yes, thank you.
And that's the structure of the talk. Okay, Yusuf, go ahead.
Okay. So I think that the big minus about the whole What was the question again? Because I thought you were
Traveling
talking.
alone or traveling in a group? Which do you prefer?
Okay, the big minus about traveling in a group is really just is really just the mental discomfort since multiple people could cause more noise, could be more annoying, but on the other hand, you have a big positive. There's also a mental positive, and there's also a physical positive. You go on trails with friends and family. You go on hikes. This helps you. Plus, the mental, it gives you more bonding time. It gives you a better context of your family life. You share stories with one another. Of course, there is also a benefit of a road trip. For example, you uh, have games, share ideas, all in the context of a family group bonding, which is something I would definitely prefer and recommend.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. We'll move Malik. يلا Malik.
So there's advantages and disadvantages for both. So traveling alone can have advantages. Like one definite plus is that it's easier to meet new friends, and you are free to go where you please. Also, another advantage is that you have complete control of your money. You can also stay extra time in places as you want. But the disadvantage is one problem. You may get lonely, you know. So this is an disadvantage. And traveling with others have a lot of advantages. Like one different plus is that there's more safety in numbers. Um, Also, it's cheaper to share things, and it's often more fun, but the disadvantages are like you must make a decisions. So my balancing is weight everything up. Traveling alone gives you freedom, while traveling with others is safer and more enjoyable.
Okay. Thank you very much for that, both as a kind of advice for every person. Start always with a general statement and share your opinion, then structure your talk like that. What I mean here, we are talking about traveling alone or traveling in a group. You can start with a general statement about traveling in general. You can say traveling is a good experience as one can learn about new societies and cultures and so on. Here I'm talking about traveling in general. Then I'll share my opinion. I express my opinion. In my point of view, I prefer to travel in a group or being part of a group because the advantage of traveling with a group is so and so, and then you build and follow your question like this structure as we have on the screen. Okay, that's my advice for you. Start with a general statement, then express your opinion, and so on. Shahd.
Okay. In my opinion, whether to travel alone or with
Before you share your opinion, that's the second step.
God, I
Give
know,
a
I
general
forgot.
statement first about traveling in general, then share your opinion.
Okay. I forgot. I didn't mention that. So when you wrote it, I just noticed that I need to mention something like this.
No problem. Okay.
But okay.
Start over. Can I start over again?
Can I start the thing that I wrote?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So in my opinion, whether to travel alone with others, it really depends on the purpose of the trip. So if the goal is relaxation and personal reflection, I prefer traveling alone. One benefit of plus is that you have complete control over your money and time. And the one problem you're gonna face is that you may get lonely after a while. On the other hand, if the trip is about fun and adventure, traveling with a group is much better because the great advantage is having more safety in number and sharing the experience. But nevertheless, another big disadvantage is that you must make group decisions, which can sometimes limit your freedom. and you're gonna follow others' option. That's why I always prefer a very small group, as fewer people means fewer disagreements, of course. Taking everything into account, I believe that a smaller group offers the perfect balance between the fun and the flexibility. But for pure relaxation, traveling alone is much unbeatable.
It's really great. Thank you very much. Yes, it's really good, very good answer. Thank you.
Thank you.
Who else, guys?
Okay, can I?
Anisa, okay.
Okay. When considering whether it's better to travel on your own or with other people, there are clear pros and cons to both choices. On the one hand, traveling on your own has incredible advantages. The great advantage is that you have complete control of your money and you are free to go where you want without needing anyone's approval, and many find it easier to meet new friends because you are forced to interact with the locals and other travelers. However, the disadvantage is that it can sometimes be dangerous and you may get lonely at times. On the other hand, traveling with other people offers a different set of benefits. The plus side includes having more safety. You can share things like accommodation and transport, have more fun by doing exercises, having memories, taking photos. On balance, I believe both styles depends on the person's mood and goals, but traveling with others is safer, while traveling alone offers ultimate freedom.
Okay, great. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Who else, guys? Noor and Ala.
Yes. Traveling is an enjoyable activity and it's like nothing else. It's very different and it make you feel like expressing a new thing. It's different. So I like to travel alone because this make me more sociable and wanted to communicate, wanted to know other friends and other people, other cultures. Traveling with a group can make you. No, I don't need to know other people or to communicate with other people. But in fact, when you travel alone, you feel like you wanted to know more and you wanted to explore everything you see there. So traveling is very good thing. Weighing everything up, traveling is enjoyable moments you live. So enjoy them in the way you love, and there is nothing is the best option for everyone. Other people like to be in group and enjoy with their friends, not alone, and they do not want to explore everything alone, and they are afraid of that. So enjoy in the way you like.
Good job. Thank you very much. But my advice for you here, try to avoid using the personal pronoun you. I mean here you said traveling. Take care of this sentence. Traveling can make you something. It's not preferred for you to use you here. You can use the indefinite pronoun one. Traveling can make one. One here is like an indefinite pronoun. Or the general word people. Traveling can make people. So use either people or one instead of you. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's now move to the next exercise. Exercise 9 will be homework. With a partner, ask and answer these questions. You answer these questions. Is it a good idea to take a gap year after university before starting a job? Do you know the meaning of gap year?
A year in the middle, basically do nothing.
Who can define a gap year? Yusuf, what's a gap year?
A year in the middle between two two important events, like for example graduation and getting a job, where the gap year is basically where you try to find yourself, try to find jobs without actually working until you could actually find yourself and find a useful and find a good enough career
A gap year
to
when
be.
you try. A gap year is like when you decide to give yourself like a rest for a year in order to prepare for the following stage of your life. Some people, after finishing secondary school, they prefer to take a gap year before starting their university and so on. That's the
It's
gap
like
year.
taking a break, right?
It's like taking a break.
Yeah, but most of people who took a break, a break for a year, they regret it then.
They what?
They regret it.
They regret it. So you discuss that. Is it a good idea to take a gap year or not? That's a kind of a discussion. You express your point of view.
No, actually, I don't think that's good
No,
because you're gonna waste time. He's gonna waste time on doing nothing, or not even if he did something, it's not gonna be that valuable, you know, because he's already like he prepared his mind for a break. He won't do it like
My
that
point
much.
is that we do not have time in this session to discuss it right now, so I assign this part as homework. You can
Okay.
record yourself expressing these topics or point of view. Because we do not have time, I need to move on to the pronunciation.
Okay.
So when people are studying at university, is it better for them to live at home or to move away from their families? So exercise 9 is homework. Let's move on to the pronunciation. Compound adjectives. Compound adjectives are counted as one word in Ielts, as we have just seen in the listening section or the listening exercise. When I write a word like well-dressed, is well-dressed, is it one word or two words?
One word.
One word, as long as it's hyphenated. As long as it's hyphenated. How long does it take you to make yourself well-dressed or well-groomed? Well-traveled, well-qualified. Let's move on. I need someone to read aloud. Letter
Can
A,
I?
the both sentences of letter A. Yes, you can.
Okay, Jack is a very hard-working manager.
Yes.
All Dixon's store managers are hardworking.
What's the difference between the first hardworking and hardworking? In pronunciation, I mean. Are they pronounced the same?
Yes, they are.
Can you pronounce this word again? This
Jack
part.
is a very hardworking.
No, I need only these three words. This word.
Hardworking manager.
Hardworking manager. What about the second one?
Hardworking.
Okay. For when you have a compound adjective used as an adjective for a noun, I have here hardworking. Adjective for the noun manager. The stress falls on the first word, hardworking. Jack is
you mean here the first
manager.
was hard, the second was working, yes.
Yes, Jack is a very hardworking manager. But when the compound adjective is used without a noun, as a predicate, I mean here, predicate adjective without a noun, like the second example, the stress falls on the second word, so it's hardworking. All Dixon's store managers are hardworking, But the first one was hardworking manager. Hardworking manager. The second is hardworking. The same applies here. Jack is
Me?
okay, go on.
Okay, Jack is a well-paid accountant.
Well-paid accountant. Well-paid accountant.
Yes. Most accountants are well-paid.
Well-paid.
Yes.
Second is well-paid. Most accounts are well-paid. The first one is Jack is a well-paid accountant. So that's the difference of the stress when it comes to pronouncing aloud the compound adjectives. Let's listen to it.
Unit 5, page 44. Speaking skills. Exercise 11. Jack is a very hard-working manager. All Harvey's store managers are hard-working.
Jack is a well-paid accountant. Most accountants are well paid.
Have you noticed the difference?
Yes.
Okay.
But,
Now,
okay. I'm gonna discuss it after we finish, okay? Since we don't have time.
Shahda, can you come again, please? Shahda.
I want to ask you something, but after we finish, so
after
we
the
don't
session is finished?
Yes.
Okay. For exercise 13, we have some compound adjectives here: well-mannered, fully trained, smartly dressed, fair-minded, easygoing. What I simply need you to do is to make sentences using these compound adjectives. What I mean here, make a sentence in which you use the word well-mannered. Make a sentence in which you use the word well-mannered. Another sentence for fully trained, and so on. Can you make out your sentences quickly? Can you form your sentences, write down your sentences, then you are going to read them aloud.
So we should make some sentences based on these words?
Yeah, make a sentence in which you use fair-minded, easygoing. If you can use the compound adjective in both positions, one add an adjective for a noun, then use the same adjective without a noun in a predicate position, it's okay.
Okay.
Like what happened for well-paid here. Jack is a well-paid accountant. In this position, the first sentence in letter B, well-paid was an adjective for accountant. We call it attributive adjective. We call it attributive adjective because it attributes accountant or describes accountant. In the second sentence, it was a predicate adjective used without nouns, well-paid. If you can do that, it's okay. If you cannot, simply make a sentence in which you use each of these compound adjectives into sentences of your own.
So we make 2 sentences for each compound.
If you can make 2 sentences, that's okay. That's fine.
Okay. One we put after it a noun, and the other we don't put anything after.
Yes. Okay. The one with a noun after it is called the attributive. It's called attributive position. Attributive. That's the one without a noun after it is called predicative. Predicative adjectives.
Okay, can I?
Yes, go ahead.
The first one?
Yeah.
Okay, well-mannered.
Yeah.
She is a well-mannered student.
She's a well-mannered student. She's a well-mannered student, yeah.
This student is very well-mannered.
This student is very well-mannered.
Yes.
Well-mannered. Okay, good job.
Thank you. The second? Okay, fully trained.
Second one?
You wanna take it?
We listen to you, Shahd, then we'll move on to Anisa, but let's listen to Shahd till the end. Allah, Shahd.
Okay, fully trained. They hired a fully trained nurse.
Yeah, fully trained nurse, yes.
The nurse is fully trained.
The nurse is fully trained, yeah.
Yes, smartly dressed. He is smartly dressed manager.
Yeah.
The manager is always smartly dressed.
Good job.
Okay, fair-minded. We need a fair-minded judge. Our judge is remarkably fair-minded.
Fair-minded.
Yes.
A fair-minded judge. Take care of the stress. The stress, yes. Raise your voice. Raise your voice where the stress falls. Raise your voice where the stress falls.
Okay, I found a problem in position the stress.
That's a kind of training. You train yourself. The manager. We need a judge who is fair-minded. We need a judge who's fair. You know, for the word fair here, fair-minded. I like pronounce the word fair quickly, but take my time when it comes to minded. Fair-minded.
So our judge
or he is a fair-minded judge.
So I take my time pronouncing the word that it's stressed.
The rules for verbs and nouns is different from compound adjectives. Each has its own rules.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Anis.
Okay. He's such a well-mannered boy that everyone prizes him. My brother is extremely mannered. She's a fully trained nurse, ready for any emergency. The new staff members are now fully trained.
Yes.
He's a smartly dressed gentleman attending the conference. For the interview, he looked very smartly dressed. She's a fair-minded manager who listens to all sides. The team leader provide to be completely fair-minded. He's an easygoing person who rarely gets stressed. When everything go wrong, she stays easygoing.
Good job. Yes. Anybody else? Anybody else, guys?
Me.
Go ahead. Okay, Mel.
So my English teacher is well mannered. My English teacher
is well mannered.
Yes. My English teacher is a well mannered person.
Is a well mannered person. Okay.
My football coach is fully trained. He is a fully trained coach. My mom is always smartly dressed. She is a smartly dressed woman. My best friend is a fair-minded. My best friend is a fair-minded person.
Okay.
My cousin is not easygoing. My cousin is not an easygoing student.
Good job. Okay. Anybody else? Okay, guys, by now we come to the end of our session. Your homework is exercise, what was that? I think it was exercise 9. Record yourself expressing your points of view regarding these topics in exercise 9.